Just to give y'all some updates, Rashida did one on Facebook earlier for me. I've been in here freezing all day, trying to help Tuki transmit energy from being thawed from cryostasis. So, or it's actually, cryostasis. And it's been around for a long time. When they started building the machines, they knew how to thaw you out. They've been discovered the cure for frostbite to prevent it when they freeze you. There's certain processes that they have to go through. A long time ago, Tupac said, "Don't believe everything you read. Don't believe everything you see in the media." The media is designed to mislead the people deliberately, whether they know it or they don't know it. So I got a Oracle message off a New Jersey turnpike on a duck, grab a goose by the neck off a knockback on the red off of a left bump from a J Prince all respect flip. Respect the respectable and be respectable, and you're going to get respect. So brother came in to me off a left bump named Marvelous Marvin Fleming. And I went and checked out his follow-up live, and everything he said was true in his live, and it was correct information. So that tell me that he either didn't understand what we was doing tribing up, or he was trying to get my attention for me to make this a subject of a discussion from the position of respect. He got my attention because the blatant contradiction tells me that he on a different frequency than the low vibrating orc beings. He's telling me his standards, principles in his video, what he stand on, what he believe in. And when I listen to him, all I can say is, fuck, this dude is right, except he don't understand that the Larry Hoover struggle, what it's really about. And then there's another brother that people was tagging thinking that I was speaking about him when I was saying Amun Ra, but it's actually Amin Hotep that they looking for. And he's a Nuwabian, and he's on from the land, and he walked with Dr. York. So that's going to narrow it all the way down to the right person. But even though the other brother that everybody thought it was don't understand what's going on, if one of y'all knowing is that people been tagging in my live and he don't know what's going on. So if one of y'all that actually knowing pulling to the side and explain what's going on, is that we restoring our people back to their position and giving them their rightful honors, and we using Larry Hoover as the means to focus our attention. The only hold up now is we waiting on Tuki to get up and walk off being thawed. Because his muscles is sore, he has an extreme lactic acid buildup. For all of the lifters out there, you'll know what I'm talking about, because he feel like he had a workout from hell right now. He feel like he did the whole hell week of the Marines training in one day. That's what he feel like. So he's cold because he's been frozen. So he's still cold. That's why I'm wrapped up in all this, because I'm still cold. But he's coming to his abilities to get up on his own. He's sitting up now. At first he couldn't sit up good. Now he's sitting up. So sometime next week, we should see 3 kings on the land. And when we get ready to see them, the triggers that I see coming is the message off the Wind Talker channel is Crips gonna shut LA down. They gonna shut Cali down with the Bloods in the Unity March to show them that we ain't separated, we ain't divided, we ain't backing down. We one nation, one people, indivisible, and we getting the imposters off the land. That's all. Then once that's done, y'all probably won't have to see me no more because I didn't want to do this shit in the first place. So, but since my people was in the situation, I couldn't just leave them there. So, Asada Shakur sent on the message that she ready to come home and be with her family. She can come home when 3 kings is on the land walking as free men. Behind those 3 men is an army of leaders that's going to show y'all the unity that's beyond anything you can imagine. Now, I don't want nobody to just haphazardly believe me, because if you do that, you haven't, I want you to search your heart, find out if I'm telling the truth, and then follow that truth, because what's in you is greater than anything in this world. And when you have other people like you, of like mind, there's nothing that's going to stop us from changing these conditions to the betterment in the raising of the matriarchy for the safety and security of our children. That's all it is. There's nothing personal with nobody. It's strictly business. It's family business, so it ain't personal. But it's family business. And they asked me to do a job, and I'm doing it. Some people want to manifest wealth. Some people want to manifest a relationship. Some people want to manifest a career. Some people want to manifest a trap house that they can flip out of. Different people want to manifest different things with their personal power of self. The stronger the personal power of self, the bigger the task you can take on in manifestation. My whole goal, manifest freedom, motherfuckers. That's what we manifesting now. Some shit called freedom, where everybody learn how to be their own manifester and manifesting their best future. So the tribes tribed up, and we talked among the leadership of the tribes on how we gonna overthrow these motherfuckers that's on our back. It's been a long and drawn out struggle, and the work is hard, so that's why nobody don't want to do that shit. So since my personal power is strong enough to determine the course to freedom, and since my mama told me don't let nobody take my brothers and sisters shit, and since my tribes is also my brothers and sisters, and I am my brother and my sister's keeper, it is my responsibility to give y'all the facts and the truth and let you decide on your own whether you want to be a part of it or you don't. This is a free will universe. Don't beat people up because they disagree, because in this world that we live in, you got a 100% right to disagree with me. You got 100% right to be as wrong as fuck. And you got 100% right to sit back and watch. And just like that, I got 100% right to not give a fuck about what you think. Nothing personal. I'm just in my lane doing what I'm asked to do. So while I'm in my lane, as long as they don't swerve over in my lane, I don't care what they do. Because everybody ain't supposed to believe me. That's the law of the universe. Somebody has to dissent in order to make sure I'm telling the truth. There's no resistance. There is no proof of truth. Somebody got to resist that shit. That shit still got to stand strong and solid under the resistance. So I welcome motherfucking naysayers and those who don't know. At the Mexico border, they're starting to accumulate immigrants to come into the country. They're not coming here for work. They're not coming here for housing. They're not coming here for education. They coming to see the kings. Then Biden issued an order to the FCC to ban all drone footage of the events at the border. That way, they was planning to conceal a massacre. But now that they understand that we see their ass everywhere they at, they don't want y'all to see them massacre them people while I'm telling y'all they coming to see 3 kings walking on the land. Now they in the pickle. They stuck between a hard rock and a hard place. Two hard motherfuckers that's gonna beat their ass from pillar to post with this truth. So to the brother Marvin Flemings, big up, bro. I watched your shit. You on point. I don't got no gripe, no beef with nothing you saying. We just tribing up to cleanse the land. That's all we doing. This is 3D shit. So that when we do manifest shit in 3D, motherfuckers not siphoning our energy by stealing our manifestation with our unknowing, ignorant consent. So with the informed consent, I get on here and I inform these people so they know what's going on, who their leaders is, where they at, who took them away, why they took them, how many of them it is, where they at, and know that we got eyes on every one of them. And when them Crips start walking and they shut LA down, them 60 start rolling and them B's start B walking, it's going to be a wrap. Because then when they tie them rags together in unity, like they did in 91 after the Rodney King situation, flip that shit, turn it around, show them in their face that we going to put this shit down. We don't have to tear up shit. We don't got to tear up shit. We got the weather whooping their ass with Crips Crip walking. All you got to do is look at the weather and match it to what I'm been telling you. Look at the day I said and watch the weather. Watch what happened. So focus on what's going on around you, but use yourself as the first frame of reference. Lean not to the understanding of a goddamn fool. That means that if you trust the inner God, you're going to know what I'm talking about. And when the gods and the kings and the queens all lined up and the matriarch is raised, there's nothing they can do then, because the mother gives the order and the kings execute the judgment on the wicked. This is the part where all you scared to death Negroes, go home, lock your door, go in your basement and get in a Foot Locker, because we about to tear this bitch up for the motherfuckers that don't get right in them. They gonna either get right or they gonna witness the wrath of God. It is not personal. I didn't do this shit to take it personal. When it was personal, I wouldn't do it because it was personal. Now that I'm doing it, it's no longer personal. It's just business. And the business is freedom and liberation of an oppressed people whose leaders have been systematically assassinated in order to prevent them from being free. When I say free, I mean freedom from having your wages stolen from you by deception. Free. Freedom from having your whole life work ripped from your descendants because they said you had no right of inheritance. That shit in they laws. So no matter what your manifestation abilities is, the people on the land manifesting freedom. So watch this shit blow. Keep an eye on the Mexican border because they finna start coming. They finna start coming by boat or from Central America. They finna come see three kings walking on the land. Right now, the FCC is downing planes because they have an electrical malfunction due to Crips walking on the land, Crip walking. You don't have to believe me. The receipt is there. I told you it was going to happen. Now all you got to do is just watch. They telling you in the mainstream news now, but now they telling it to you as if it's a weather anomaly that's taking place. We the weather. We are rain dancing on their ass. Storm cloud calling motherfuckers. And there's ships all over this bitch waiting to back us up. They starting to park smaller ships on land. So when the mothership break the sky and show you motherfuckers that I know what the fuck I'm talking about, because I don't give a fuck about no alien shit. I'm not into that shit. That's not my lane. I had the life I wanted with the people I wanted in my life, and we all got along good. But the people in my life decided that everybody else should have a good life too, not just me. So me, I ain't never been no selfish motherfucker. So in an unselfish position, you know, I said, well, I don't know what to do because they don't listen. And so they told me I'll figure it out because I always figure shit out. So when I figured out that the most powerful voice in the universe is that which is Husia, as Ryan Karinga wrote. who see as authoritative utterance exceptional insight. When the insight is exceptional and the utterance of truth becomes earth-shaking. And if it shake the women, the men gonna eventually follow. If you look in the comments, the majority of the people that's really on paying attention is the sisters. They always get the spiritual messages before the brothers. Because the brothers, while the sisters is rallying, it's creating a vacuum effect. The vacuum effect make the brothers say, what's going on over there? And when the sisters is telling them, this brother, you need to listen and join this position, they put up the resistance because it's the male bravado of the testosterone base that make us all want to be the guy that fixed the problem. Anybody can teach one person how to manifest a good life. I've been doing it for years. And from the penitentiary, I've sent people home to become millionaires without ever coming back to prison. And they wanted to take care of me. But I don't want no motherfucker taking care of me. That's why I don't ask for no money. I can take care of myself. I literally had the life I wanted, exactly how I wanted, with who I wanted. But with who I wanted made me come and do this shit. Tell you niggas who it was doing the dirt, where they at, how they did it, and how they was using you to imprison yourself with mental warfare. Well, I'm a juggernaut in that shit. And this is the apocalypse. This is the great revelation of truth that you was waiting on. So they don't have to believe me. But if they keep watching long enough, they going to respect the position that I'm standing in, because I'm standing in the position of right, telling the truth. So I don't get mad when they in my messenger bickering and harassing people, because if you ain't got no resistance, you don't know who the enemy is. We've been fighting the enemy within, thinking it was somebody outside of our community. It's always been somebody that looked like us, but they ain't us. Right? So I had to wrestle the last few days with these motherfuckers trying to make their nationality cards more significant than the liberation of our political prisoners and the leadership of our community. Our freedom fighters, our soldiers, they all locked up. I'm the only one out here. And Farrakhan and his dragons, they waiting to tear some shit up. So it is what it is. Believe me, don't believe me. Shit, I got people in my family that think I'm crazy and they don't believe me. You think I give a fuck? They gonna see when it's all y'all eyes gonna see. 3 kings gonna be walking on the land. So the battle cry is free Larry Hoover. Larry Hoover is in waiting. So every oracle out there on your platform, do the spread. And if y'all have more than one, it's a coincidence. If you got more than 2, it's no longer a coincidence. So all you card readers, pull your cards out and ask, is Larry Hoover the leader of the land, and is Chief Angel Bay and Stan Tuki Williams coming out with him? Do the card spread for the oracles that read. For the ones who channel, ask universe the question. So y'all don't have to rely on the voice of Rod the Madman screaming in the jungle trying to get you to pay attention. Ask. When you start seeing all these oracles, seers, and prophets and prophetesses telling you the same thing, then you're going to know that I'm telling you the truth.